Nas Daily is well known for fun, short videos about innovations and inspirational human stories that are quite well done and popular. And while he always seemed to have crappy politics, I've mostly ignored him because his content is largely apolitical. But that changed yesterday with an absurd video that he says will take you on a journey to understand Palestine and Israel, but it does absolutely nothing of the sort. Instead of explaining to you what's actually happening in Palestine and Israel, this inane and vacuous video simply imposes balance on an imbalanced situation. His entire take is that there is hate and violence on both sides and that there is suffering on both sides.
Suffering, pain, anger, suffering, pain, it exists on both sides. Both sides. And no one can deny that.
And apparently, that's all there is to it. And his solution is indistinguishable from parody.
My solution is simple. Bring people together, not apart.
Come on, guys, can't we all just get along?
Why can't we work out our differences? Why can't we work things out?
And what's missing from this vapid and superficial video is any sense of the overwhelming disparity in the scale of suffering and violence. And more importantly, why that suffering and violence exists in the first place, namely the political injustice at its core. That political injustice is Israel's occupation and apartheid, which are documented by every major human rights organization in the world, including Israeli human rights organizations, describing how Israel controls the lives of Palestinians and denies them their freedom and their most basic human rights simply because they are Palestinian and Israel has power over them. That's not a both sides issue. There is a huge imbalance of power here that allows Israel, a regional superpower with a huge military, to steal Palestinian land, destroy Palestinian homes, deny Palestinians water, and arrest Palestinian children daily and place them in military detention. And the opposite is not true. Think of South Africa under apartheid. While certainly both white and black South Africans suffered pain and violence, there was no equivalence there. The oppression and racial segregation imposed by white South Africans was the primary problem, and the solution wasn't just telling black and white South Africans to get along, it was to end the political injustice of apartheid as a regime of segregation and domination. The same was true of Jim Crow in the US South, where black people were oppressed and the solution was ending the oppressive regime of racial segregation. Likewise, there is no equivalence in Palestine and Israel. And if we're interested in ending the suffering and violence impacting both Palestinians and Israelis, then we have to end the political injustice driving it. And that's Israel's apartheid regime of domination, land theft, and violence against Palestinians.